I just finished watching all 3 episodes of the new Tyra Banks documentary on Netflix, and I am just wondering, at first I was wondering, that is, why on earth did she agree to do this? She didn't produce this documentary, she didn't direct it, she had zero control over the edits that make her look like a villain. It looks like a total PR disaster. But if you think Tyra Banks just walked into an ambush without a plan, then you don't know Tyra. And today I want to talk to you about my review of this documentary as well as the ending. Tyra didn't just survive this documentary, she hijacked it. She traded a few hours of criticism to launch her season 25. And guys, comment down below, are you going to be watching cycle 25 of America's Next Top Model? And be honest too, because let me tell you something, I will be tuned in. But before I get started, let me introduce myself if you're new here. And if you're not new here, then welcome back. My name is Brandy, and I realize that you could be on any channel in the world, but you're right here with me, and I really do appreciate that. So please go ahead and like this video. It really does help the channel out, and I greatly appreciate it. And also, consider subscribing to the channel if you do enjoy watching TV show reviews and also movie reviews. Now, let me start with my review of this 3-episode docuseries on Netflix. I would have to say that it was mediocre, honestly. I feel like whoever was producing or asking the questions in the background could have dug a lot deeper than they did. And for us millennials that watched this show way back when it first came out, it really wasn't a lot of new information for us. I mean, back then I thought Tyra Banks was a villain, and I still think that she's a villain. However, she is a very smart businesswoman. But I will say the new information for me was that Shandy was S8. I did not know that when I was watching America's Next Top Model in real time. I just thought she cheated on her boyfriend. So my heart really goes out to Shandy. That's 100% wrong that they aired that on national television. I feel like they really exploited her innocence because she didn't necessarily say, you know, from what we saw, that it was an SA. She was just mentioning that she cheated on her boyfriend. But we as adults know that a lot of SA victims don't even come to terms that they've been SA'd, sometimes until weeks or months later. So it's just really sad that they exploited her, especially because she was so young at this time. But I also did not like that I did not see my girl Eva Marcel, aka Madam, on this show. I wanted to know her thoughts on the whole America Next Top Model franchise, and I wanted to know how she felt about Tyra Banks as well. Although I did see a clip of her stating that she was Team Tyra.
Tyra Banks set out to do one thing, which was to show beauty in a different light. We forget that Tyra is not Jesus. She is a woman. To err is to be human. Every intention she had was pure.
But I didn't see her on this documentary, and I wish I would have saw her or Takara or somebody. And also, I didn't like that the producers didn't dig deep enough with certain aspects, certain things that the contestants were bringing up. They did not dig deep enough. Let's start with Danny on that note. Now, Danny is my girl. I thought she was one of the more successful winners of America's Next Top Model back in cycle 6. But I really appreciated her story about feeling violated, that Tyra Banks and her team wanted her to close up her gap in her teeth. However, when Danny started talking about how she was treated differently as a model in her career because she was affiliated with America's Next Top Model, I wanted them to dig deeper. Like, Danny, how are you leading in your portfolio or in your interviews or however you audition to be a model, right? Are you just going in there like, hey, I'm Danny, I want America's Next Top Model? I wanted to know more about how she was presenting herself. And I also wanted the producers to dig into statistics because it is extremely hard to be a model. So for Danny to say that America's Next Top Model almost ruined her career as a model, I thought that they should have called her out on that a little bit more and asked her for more information, especially when she mentioned that phone call that Tyra made to her.
She's like, I knew that there were certain doors that you couldn't even get into because you did Top Model.
She knew that Danny would be blackballed in a modeling community because she was affiliated with America's Next Top Model, but Tyra just rode the fence. I was very confused at that point. Like, can we get more context around that conversation? Why did Tyra just call you? and admit that she was riding the fence with you. I don't even understand that conversation. I just wish they would have dug more and got Tyra's perspective on that conversation as well. Also, they should have asked Danny, like, listen, you were cycle 6, so you saw the seasons before you. You knew the risk that you were taking. You knew what you were up against. So did you not take that into consideration? Now, what I did like about this documentary is that I was really waiting for Tyra Banks to sincerely apologize. I was on the edge of my seat, but I was just waiting. I was watching her expressions and I was waiting for her to spill her heart out, but I really didn't get that from Tyra. And I really think that was intentional, which is a good segue into me talking about the ending. Now, honestly, I was gagged by the ending of this documentary. So after we hear from multiple contestants of America's Next Top Model, and we also hear from Nigel Barker, we hear from Jay Alexander, Kim Mock, Jay Emanuel, we hear from all of them. By the way, I mean, I was shocked that they were shocked that Tyra Banks crossed them. Like, they really thought that Tyra Banks was a loyal friend. This woman is cutthroat. I mean, she is worth $90 million to this day. She always strikes me as the type that would do anything to stay relevant, and that she would do anything to accumulate more millions. But after we hear from everybody, towards the ending of episode 3, Tyra Banks just sneaks in and says,
"You have no idea what we have planned for cycle 25.
These celebrities, they really be playing in our face. They really do. So what I think that Tyra Banks did here is I think that she intentionally set herself up to be the villain in this story. So in cycle 25, she could be the hero in that story. This is the whole reason this woman did this documentary. Again, to my knowledge, she had no creative control over this whole documentary. She couldn't edit anything. She couldn't control the questions at all. But she sat there and she hijacked the whole documentary just to announce that she was doing cycle 25. And although Tyra Banks is a very effed up individual, I actually think that was brilliant on her part. She's pretty much telling us, like, listen, yeah, I messed up. I broke the modeling industry and I'm the only one that can fix it. And now you have to tune in to cycle 25, because guess who's going to be tuning in? Me. Because she created such a huge curiosity gap that I have to close now. I have to find out what happens on cycle 25, because I want to know, A, is she going to redeem herself? B, is she going to redeem her legacy? C, is she going to fix all of her transgressions somehow? Or D, is she just going to go into it and not giving a F anymore? Is she just still going to be the same old Tyra? Or did she learn a lesson at all? Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is I thought it was interesting how Tyra kept mentioning that she did it for us, the audience members, that's what you guys wanted and that's what you wanted. And I'm in my head like, listen, I really didn't watch America's Next Top Model maybe after cycle 7 or cycle 8, because it was becoming too over the top. So that's not what I wanted. She was actually starting to do too much. It was actually enough for me just to see different girls compete in the competition. I didn't need all of that blackface. I didn't need them to do the different photo shoots where they were pretending that people were murder victims. I mean, it was getting really strange to me. And I know that Tyra Banks is an odd duck. She is odd. She's always been very strange to me. But again, I do think that she is a brilliant woman. But nonetheless, guys, if you made it this far, drop me down a purple heart down below. Let me know what you think of this docu-series. Let me know again if you'll be tuning into cycle 25. I can't even believe they had that many cycles. Oh my God. But anyway, guys, I love you all. You stay safe out there. Until I see you next time. Peace.